What's up, you guys? Mage Bun back again. I'm here this time with all the blood, sweat, and tears that I put into this farm to not only teach you guys all the ins and outs of the run, but give you some of my own personal strategies as well that I've come to guarantee this pull will be consistent for you. Beginner friendly, intermediate friendly as well, as far as the mage farming goes. I'll say that if you've been farming for a while, if you know ZF and that's all you know, this might be a little bit difficult for you. If you know farms like ZG or Mara, it should be relatively easy as long as you follow everything that I tell you to do, all the tips. It should be a breeze. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so starting off, I just want to thank all of you guys that have been subscribing and commenting. I really like that a lot. And if you have any suggestions or questions, always leave them below. Starting with the gear, I actually am rocking some different gear this time from last time. So I'm rocking some pretty expensive BOEs, still some venom resist gear to get to like about 70 nature res. I will tell you this is not needed. So you don't need some really crazy gear. I was doing this pull fine with all venom gear for a long time. I just swapped just to have some extra tankiness, more mana. Starting off here, you're gonna wanna just Nova these guys. I don't barrier right away because I wanna get the barrier timers cooking later. Rank 1 Blizzard these guys down below. If you do dip on the stairs there just a little bit lower, I think you LOS those casters behind you, but it's usually not a really big deal. You don't take much damage from those guys. They're just real easy. Barrier up there. You can even barrier a little bit later if you want to. Make your way up these stairs. You're going to be blinking through a pack up here so you don't aggro them. So right here, just line up through the middle, blink through. Get ready here. This blizzard is a little finicky. Make sure it's right around the corner and that it's up against the wall enough so when they round this corner, you'll see they all get slowed. Sometimes they resist that. It's kind of annoying, but if they resist it, just start running early. Right here, you want to hug this left side. Jump on the left so you don't aggro this guy. It is finicky sometimes when they patrol around and move around. You'll aggro them early, but you're going to Nova anyways. Blink, get this rank 1 blizzard. So this is going to be the strategy that I've figured out, you know, instead of what Taiwan does. I always blizzard to get my blink ready, and then I blink through the packs. Right here, I am going to put rank 1 blizzard again and put my barrier up again. My barrier is ready, blink through here, and we're going to rank 1 blizzard again. And you'll see here, even though it gets a little messed up on this next pack because I accidentally walk into them. So right here, it doesn't matter that I walk into these guys because I always Nova this pack anyways, right? Put my mana shield up because they tank my barrier, and what are we gonna do? Line up, blink. This ensures one of two things. One, you're not taking a ton of damage. Two, you get really good distance and slows. And I guess for three, Taiwan told me that to never do this farm again if I accidentally die, that I have to reset the instance. That's just totally not true. The reason he said that is because the mobs store thrash. So if you die, the next time you encounter these mobs, they're going to be hitting you a lot harder. But it doesn't matter for us because we're never going to get hit. The whole idea is that we're slowing them enough to where our blink is always back up, our Nova is always back up, and our ice barrier timer is cooking, right? This guy gets through, who cares? We're going to blink away from him. This guy, we're going to ignore him. He's not going to aggro. We're going to ignore all these guys, and then what are we going to do? We're going to get ready to Nova this pack right here. I'm not sure if I blizzard here. I might. Yeah, so if you have a little bit of distance right there, you can blizzard, because what's that going to do? Gave me 2 seconds to get my blink if I would have needed it, but what are we going to do? We're going to blink through this pack too. Super easy, super consistent. Even if they resist your blizzard, there's always a way to save it. If you, I would highly recommend engineering. If you're a mage and you're AoE farming dungeons and selling runs and you don't have engineering, you're honestly just fucking stupid, in my opinion. Or you're trying to make money doing something else. But if you're a mage doing AoE farming and you don't have engineering, there's something wrong with you. You're making life harder. I did these runs, I believe this run I did without using bombs just to show all the routes. But yeah, so you're gonna blink there towards the store. Blizzard them, run down here. Sometimes you might want to blizzard on the way down on that staircase if they're a little bit too close. I knew they weren't. This mob right here, I fire blasted him. You're gonna Kona Cold this mob. That mob that I fire blasted, I honestly don't know if I need to even aggro them. They might face pull, but I'm never around to check, so I just don't even risk it. I want to get the extra mobs. The pack that I Kona Colded, you can just face pull them. As long as they don't do too much damage to you, it doesn't matter. Nova here. Right now, I would be looking at my camera to see how close the mobs are, but I know for a fact they're far, so I don't worry about it. But if you don't, you know, turn your camera around, get a little sneak peek. Right here, if those mobs are there and they're that far, you know you're perfect. Slow the front pack, make your way up this rounded staircase, and they will never catch up to you. Unless you do something really stupid. Unless you get caught on this wall or, you know, you accidentally jump and get stuck. They will not catch up. But even right here, I still look to see what's good. You know, I'm trying to check what's good, what we're working with. I look around, they're finally just rounding, so I know I'm perfectly fine to make it up here before I blink. If they're too close to you, you can do two things. Jump and Kona Cold them backwards and then keep running, or you can blink early and hope for the best. Usually I tend to Kona Cold and then blink a little bit later. So here, I always do that jump where I'm jumping as I run to the right so that it just secures the jump. It's not janky. You just got to keep spamming jump while you're running to the right, and you're also moving farther away from the mobs. Right here, this is a moment where we're just slowing them to get them all stacked up before we start the second part of the pull. But this is also a moment, like if you check back to my first video I did on this farm, if you're out of mana right here, you could switch to mage armor for extra resistances and just get yourself in the middle, like right here where I fell off of there. You can get yourself in the middle, slow them, and just kind of gather the mobs up so they keep nature bolting you for the resists until you're ready for this part. Right here, you're gonna line yourself up here, slow the front pack, and just start cooking. Just start running. Target him, jump over here, fire blast. You have to be sideways when you jump in that cubby. When you jump out sideways. If you try to jump out forwards, a lot of times you'll get stuck. So you target the right there, counterspell. I fire blasted this guy on the left and then immediately blink and Nova. So counterspell the guy on the right, fire blast left, blink Nova. Right there, jump up on that wall. Those jumps seem finicky if you don't know what you're doing. What you want to do, jump while you're running forward and let go of W. And then once you're on the part of the wall, you jump and then hit W. Right here, I'm gonna blizzard them. Oh, and why I ran in that wall was to keep them stuck. While you're on that wall, they get stuck. So right here, I'm gonna Nova. This part gets a little sketchy sometimes. The really biggest important thing is you rank one, frostbolt this guy, and start moving immediately. I started doing that a little bit too late. You're gonna blink into this corner, and that sets you up for this right here. Make sure you blink into that corner, because if you don't, you'll get stuck on the wall. Right here, if you fall right there, you're still fine. Just jump over the little gap and just keep running. Do a wide circle around this pack, and your blink will be up. Perfect timing right here. And you want to make sure when you ran into this room to begin with, I forgot to mention that you put your ice barrier up as you're running into this room. Right here, I fell down. That's bad, but I had another barrier up. I also have Cold Snap. Taiwan uses Cold Snap for this pull to gather the mobs. I make sure to not do that because I want to have Cold Snap as an extra resource either during the kill phase or if they hex me on the way back or if I need another barrier because they crit me. So line up there. You're going to want to get that stuff ready. Blizzard and then blink. We took a little dot there from the priest, but it's fine. At least they didn't dot us all the way up. Right there, I aimed for that crack to jump up. We do the same jump. Jump while holding forward, let go, and then jump W. Round here, all the mobs are frozen right now while we're walking on this wall. That's why I keep walking. I'm going to bandage for a second. If you wait too long here, they will de-aggro, but I know the timing at this point, so we're good. Target him, counterspell. We're going to jump up here. Same thing. Jump while holding W, and then let go of W and jump W. Right here, I'm going to Kona Cold him, walk over here and fire blast this guy, and you have perfect timing, jump, Nova, blink, okay? Right here, this camera gets janky right here, so I wait for it to get under that little piece of vine, and then I do a blizzard. Really, this blizzard's not super important, but it is just, it keeps them, you know, it slows the front a little bit. That guy got through, so I was like, fuck, I just started running. Get around this corner, blink, immediately blizzard on the right, on the corner. I waited too long there. So I decided to do the risk and let them get closer to me, but usually if you're good on time, you'll be like all the way over here and they'll be rounding the corner. You'll get a lot more slow off. So now my barrier's back up, blink again. You want to be hugging this corner kind of in line with like the little tile, right? You'll see me line up with this tile, get past this Hakar guy, and then blizzard. So if you're in the Hakar's path, he will pull. But the thing is, once you get to the kill spot, he will de-aggro anyways, from my experience. So don't worry too much about him. I Kona Cold that guy because he pissed me off. I'm going to Nova these guys, and then immediately blink towards the kill spot. Do I blizzard here? Yeah, you can blizzard here. Honestly, I've started not blizzarding here because a lot of times they'll dot me up and they get through anyways. So, you know, like they just got 2 dots on me. The dots are going to go away when I blink because it's going to cleanse it, but, you know, it's really not worth it because what I want to do is blizzard them here. See if I get it off. So I got 1 tick off. That is a sketchy blizzard. You know, you don't have to do it, but it's going to get them better. initially. And you'll see that right now we're totally fine. We don't even have to bandage here. So what I'm doing, reapply dampen magic. This is the thing that differs. So I'm starting to sell these runs now, 12 gold per, 10 gold if you do 5, 50 for 5, no loot. So I'm getting all the loot. And I started using nature protection potions. Even if I use 2 of them, it's around 3 gold per run, and I'm making well over that per run. So in my opinion, hella useful. These mobs will have a chance to randomly fuck you and just super crit you and just, you know, dot you up. Better safe than sorry. I don't have enough pride to just die for no fucking reason, so I'm using it. Right here, they're getting through, but really what you want to do here is never blizzard them on the way back. So what I'm trying to do, line up with this face. You see that face in the wall? That's where you're going to be doing majority of your blizzard. The second face to the right. So I'm blizzarding. I'm trying to get the entire pack. So you'll see me wait just a little bit after, even though I'm taking damage. Right there I didn't, but most of the times I try to wait so that I ensure that the back of the pack is catching up. So when I finally start my kill phase of blizzarding them back and forth, I make sure that I'm getting the whole pack and there's not runners that are just full health that never got touched from the beginning. So right here, let's see if I wait. No, I'm playing it safe here because I have no barrier yet. I could pop Cold Snap right now and Ice Barrier again, but what I like to do is save Cold Snap to a point where I have no barrier and I'm dotted up. That way I can Cold Snap, Ice Block, and then re-barrier immediately if I have to. So like you can see right there, this guy, this Witch Doctor, he was at the back. He's barely taken any damage yet, which is not what we want to see, but you'll see later that we're fine. Right there, I just did exactly what I told you guys about. I'm commentating this as I go, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. But yeah, I did exactly what I told you guys about. I saved Ice Block, got a brand new barrier, got rid of those debuffs. I think I fucked myself and got dotted again right here anyways, so I'm kind of mad about that. But no, we're good. We're good. Okay. So right here, I could have bandaged there. Really what I'm trying to do, though, is make sure that I'm damaging these mobs every 20 seconds so that when I do sell boosts, they're not getting any experience decay. This guy gets through, we get back up. You can see our mana is looking good. I decided since he got through to start the kill phase right there. So now we're going to be blizzarding on the way there and back. I wait a second before I start the blizzard. The reason why I do that is to let any mobs that were in the very back that might have not gotten slowed start full running before, to try to keep them all like grouped up, you know. Right now we're super good. We've still got the protection potion. I'm gonna pop a gem here, and I'm blizzarding them again. You see I wait a second to let them catch up, and then I blizzard. Blizzard again, and you see the second face is where I'm standing the whole time. That's basically where I'm standing. So even if you LOS the casters, you know, at the beginning of the pull, you jump up and run to the left, just make sure when you run back, you line up with that second face. You'll be fine. I still am doing decent on mana, so I have decided not to evocate yet. I don't want to waste the evo, but sometimes it is better to evo early so you can keep blizzarding back and forth and give the corpse eaters no time. Like you see this guy in the front, he's eating right now. That's why I just checked. I know my brain too well. I checked him because I'm like, where is he at? You know, should I burn him down now? Should I keep blizzarding and wait for the evo? I don't know, because the corpse eaters are always a pain in the ass. And you know, sometimes if you can kill one real quick with a little quick frostbolt or a fire blast and just get him out of your hair, I would do it. But right now, you know, he ran back. He's at a decent amount of health. I couldn't have burned him down too quickly, so I decided to opt for just continuing to blizzard the pack. Another annoying thing, you can see that these healers are healing not only themselves, but they're also healing the corpse eaters. So it sucks. This was not a perfect end kill phase because you can see that some of them, that's why I'm starting to blizzard them and let them get closer on the way back now, because there's still some tail end mobs that didn't really get KO'd with this whole pack as I did my kill phase. I got a clear cast there, that's good. Talent wise, you know, you guys saw my talents at the beginning, but you're going to want to have 5 out of 5 clear casting, and you're going to want to have the talents that give you mana back. You're also going to 1000%, I mentioned this in my last video, heavy rune cloth bandages. Another thing, just like the engineering, if you're a mage doing farming and you don't have 300 out of 300 first aid, you're just doing yourself a disservice. And if you're charging for runs, you're doing your boosties a disservice. I'm really heavy on this. If you're doing boosts and you're charging people for runs, you better be using consumables, you know? You better be having all the stuff you need, because you're gonna make the money back, and it's only gonna make things easier for you, and it's gonna make things smoother and easier for your boosties as well. And they'll have more respect for you, because they know you care. You're, you know, unless you're trying to prove something, or you're that good where you can do the same amount of time and you're never taking damage, everything's fine, you know, then don't worry about those things. But for a farm like this, you are taking a lot of damage from the nature bolts. There's just a high chance that their bolts can really kill you or chip you down. So I see no reason to not use nature protection potions, to not get some good resist gear, to have iron grenades in case something goes wrong, you know. So right here, I'm looting early. I know there's 2 mobs or 3 mobs left alive. They're dead. They are in a phase where they're wandering now. They will never attack me again. So I'm looting early to make sure that I get the loot before it disappears. I would recommend always doing this. At this point, the mobs have already been wandering for a while, so their experience decay is probably already in effect anyways. It's not worth losing all this loot just to go kill 3 mobs so your boosties get through, you know, fucking 50 experience per. I would just wait for the way out. They're not going to be mad. It'll be all good. As I said, I've been charging 50 gold for 5 runs for this per person, 12 gold a run normally, no loots. The runs take about 12 to 16 minutes, and everyone's been happy so far. I can't lie. You know, I had a few people last night telling me that they were getting equivalent experience to people doing strat duo boosts, right? If not a little bit less, but they told me, you know, I'd much rather do this. It's way more consistent. You're doing the runs consistently every time. You know, it's not 3 polls. There's a lot less that can go wrong because I'm doing it all in 1 poll. So I just started selling this run. I wasn't selling it before because I had to get it down. I was dying a lot, right? But now that I have it down, I am selling it. And I think people are enjoying it. I think as a mage farmer, if you want to learn a new farm to sell that doesn't require another mage like strat, you could easily learn this farm and follow along with all the tips I gave you guys. And if you put some time and practice into this, there really should be nothing that goes wrong too heavy. The only thing I will mention is that never occurred here to me, that will happen to you guys potentially. It even happens to me on my runs that go clean now. You will get hexed from time to time. The first mobs that you pull, your second blizzard of the run, when you go to that staircase after you Nova the guys, that mob will sometimes hex you, just randomly. You have no idea why, it just gets you, right? And if that happens, if these mobs ever hex you, that's when you want an ice block. So if you get hexed during the middle of the pull, the beginning, whatever, ice block out immediately, and you want to make sure that you have cold snap up. If you cold snap and ice block again, the pull's still not dead. You can Mara this motherfucker. And I've done it one time where I accidentally had to ice block a second hex. I was in the middle of the dragon room and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Like, I literally have all 150 mobs on me and I got hexed. I have no ice block. What did I do? I ran them in a circle by the Hakar dragons. So you guys saw that circle that I did with the Hakar dragons? I circled them around there for 5 minutes until my block was back up, and then I restarted the pull. That's it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Please sub and leave me a like and a comment if you enjoyed and if it helped you out, guys. You can see we had 161 mobs, 16 minutes. Without looting, it's technically around, you know,